Hey guys, I'm back, and today I have another part of the DC, the Batman villain minifigures, and I'm not sure what part this is. It's either 8 or 9, I believe. The title will be correct. I'm not sure actually right now. So in this video I have an updated Hush, Killer Moth, Victor Zsasz, and a new version of Joker. So I'll get started. So first I'll start with the one that hasn't changed the most, which is Hush. So the only thing I did to Hush is I gave him a brand new head. And I outlined this additional pocket right here that's right below the H, this top pocket. That wasn't outlined before, and I did outline that. Everything else is exactly the same. Trench coat's the same. I did give him these two guns too because he didn't have any guns. But the head is just like the other one. It's wrapped in electrical tape to make the bandages, and then I gave it a black wash so you can really see all the crevices of the tape. Goes all the way around. Now the difference between this head and the old head I tried to keep the mouth exposed, and I tried to have a bandage go in between the two eyes. And I did that, and I also cut off the stud completely on the top when I wrapped it. Those three things combined did not look good. So what I did was I made a new head. I only cut a little bit of the stud off because it is still hard to wrap the tape around with the full stud. But on this one it still looks good. So I cut off just a little tiny bit of the stud, about half of the stud, and then wrapped it instead of the entire stud. And then the eyes, I didn't bother with. I thought it looked cool if the mouth was covered, so I didn't bother trying to keep the mouth open, and I didn't bother trying to get the division in between the eyes. And I think this looks a lot better when I wasn't trying to do those things. So that's it for Hush. That's all I did for him. I really like how this looks now. I wasn't a huge fan of the other head, but after these updates, I really like how this looks. So that's it for Hush. Next, we'll move on to Victor Zsasz. So again, now most of these figures are based off other versions. Well, this one I can say is my own version of Victor Zsasz, but again, the character isn't really complicated for you could have an extremely different version. What I did decide is I wanted to give him a mask, because I thought he would look even creepier with a mask, and I just thought I wanted to make a mask for him, and I did. So, his knife is made from a brick forged sword. That's what this part is from. And then the handle is from like a Lego flintlock pistol. So together those three things made that knife. And I dropped it. And I can't see where I dropped it. Ugh, I got it. So, this is one of the few figures that I didn't paint the entire torso. I used this flesh torso, muscle torso. I didn't think it was worth. Plus, that means I would have had to have rubbed the printing off of this and repaint the exact same design. I didn't think that was worth it. I usually don't like using any printing besides like the faces on my figures, but I went with this because I thought it was pointless to repaint the exact same design. So I've used this body before in a picture on my Flickr page, but I reused it for Zsasz, and it had a handprint up here that I rubbed off and replaced with tally marks, but all the blood splatter was there from the first time I used it. I added a black line there to represent his shoes and pants division. I only put a little bit of tally marks on the back because I would like to imagine he hasn't killed enough people to fill up his back yet. But as for the mask, it is removable, and it's made from a piece of plastic card, and then the strap is electrical tape that is glued to the inside. And the holes were, I made the holes by taking an X-Acto knife and just twisting it inside there until a hole formed, and then kept rotating it. These are supposed to be like little air slits so he can actually breathe with the mask on. And at first I had a tally mark going through those to actually be like the tally marks on his chest, but I didn't think it looked too good, so I removed that and just kept the 4 lines like that. And the mask is removable. I can actually lift it up like that, and that's the head that's underneath, nothing special. But the mask can't come completely off. I'm not going to take it completely off, but it can come off. And the eyes line up perfectly with the eye holes on the head. So, yeah. That's it for Zsasz, my own version that wears a mask. You can, I really like the idea of this guy. I really like the idea of Zsasz wearing a mask, so that's what I did. So yeah, that's it for Zsasz. Next, we have Killer Moth. This is another one of my own versions, but takes elements from other designs, but mainly my own version. So the gun is made from one of those Space Police pistols, a little black tube right here, and a Brick Arms shell casing. And that's what this is. And those form his gun. So his helmet is actually an Ant-Man helmet. And this is actually in one of my videos, this Ant-Man helmet, where I modified an Ant-Man helmet. Well, I modified it again. I cut the little antennas on the back off. I added these two little prongs on the side, and these are made from batarangs, actually. And then the antennas on top are these little Lego antenna pieces, or lever pieces. And then I painted the entire thing olive green and did some black outlining. So, and you can see it's just a white head underneath. It's not even, it's my old Anarchy head, actually. You can see right there. So, if you remember my very first video on this channel, that Anarchy's in that video, so he's no longer together. But there's his head. It's actually under Killer Moth. So his torso, the armor is actually a Brick Forge armor piece that I painted purple and then added this dark orange bit. The strap that goes around his torso is electrical tape that I added. His jetpack is an official piece that I cut off the little neck prong and glued it to the back of the armor. Then I painted this part green and then outlined the wings in orange, a dark orange. His gauntlets on his arms are made from electrical tape that's wrapped around, and then I painted them green and orange. And his hands, I painted some green too. The pockets on his belt are cut from actually from a Lego katana, I believe, like a sword, and they're silver. And then I had a belt buckle there. His boots are dark purple, and then added some dark orange and green details. And they're not very complicated. So this guy wasn't a very complicated paint job. I just think all these elements came together. The color scheme, the helmet, the wings. Oh, and I painted the Killer Moth symbol on his shoulder in gold right there. And I would have done it on both shoulders, but this shoulder is covered up by this strap, so I just put it on one. And that is it for Killer Moth. So he's fairly simple, but I like the look of him. He's another one that's my own version. And finally, we have a new Joker. Now, if you're looking at this, this is essentially an Arkham Origins Joker. I really like the Arkham Origins Joker, like Troy Baker as the Joker in that game. Really only that game, though. Don't really like Troy Baker in Assault on Arkham. I don't know why, but I do like him in Arkham Origins. So, this figure was made not long ago, actually. This is the newest figure in this group of figures that I'm showing you. So, his head is actually just a modified Lego head. Is the head from the Steamroller set. And I modified it. I added kind of like these Heath Ledger scar-looking doodads over here. These red mouth smile bits that kind of look like Heath Ledger scars. Added those. I painted in the teeth into the mouth. I painted the teeth. I added this dark gray around the eyes more prominently. And then I added all these gray wrinkles on the head. The hair is actually the Sleepy Boy hairpiece that I modified. I sanded it here in the corners, cut bits out and sanded it so it had more like a balding effect right there. I don't know how to describe that, but and then I painted it this green color. I really like the green that the hair came out. I really like that color. His torso is it was a tan torso, and then I painted the olive green vest, and then I added the black details for his undershirt, collared shirt, and then added his white skin. And then I added his belt buckle, his spats on his shoes. The legs are just black legs with the spats painted on. And the coat is made from Lego Pirate Ship Sail. It's the same fabric that Lego makes their capes out of, or the old style of capes before they made these new, really soft capes. And it's made from that. And it was painted like a dark purple, almost blue color, like an indigo type of color. And then the cuffs around his wrist are electrical tape on the coat. And he just has black hands because he's wearing gloves. So, yeah. That's about it for all these figures. Voice crack there. Don't like that. So, let me line them up. Zsasz has his mask lined back up so he doesn't look like a fool. Can't have that, can we? Killer Moth, and Hush. So yeah, those are the 4 figures for this part. I hope you enjoyed. I do have 2 more Batman things I can show you in another video. I have an updated Two-Face and an updated Man-Bat. And I might be making another update to another figure. I might update Mr. Freeze as well, and I might make a whole new Batman villain, so stay tuned for that. I also have some Outlast figures. I'm planning to make 3. I already have 2 of them done. One from the actual game Outlast, and one from the Whistleblower DLC. I have one more I want to make from the actual Outlast game, and I haven't even started that one yet, but the other 2 are done, and if you want to see them, they are on my Flickr and Instagram, and one of them is on my Twitter. So be sure to check those out. Eventually there will be a video on them as well on this channel. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what you think of these figures. Let me know down below which one's your favorite. And also, suggest some Batman villains that I could make that I haven't made yet. I will say, don't suggest Calendar Man or Solomon Grundy or Talia al Ghul. I might make Calendar Man and Solomon Grundy. I will definitely not be making Talia al Ghul, so don't even suggest her. And I doubt I will be making the Bat Family, except for, like, maybe Alfred. I don't like the Bat Family, really. I'm not a huge fan of Robin, Nightwing, Bart. Like, I like them, but I prefer when Batman's solo, so I doubt I'll be even making them. But I will make Alfred because I do love Alfred. So please don't suggest any heroes because I prefer making the villains. But if there's any villains that I'm not thinking of that you would like to see me make, let me know. Prometheus is an option. Prometheus, Calendar Man, Solomon Grundy, and then updated versions of figures I already have. Those are always options. Now I'm rambling, so I'm going to let you guys go. I say that. It's my video. I'm recording, pre-recorded. So I'll let you guys, I'm going to end the video now. Thanks for watching. Keep subscribing. Share the videos. Get the word out. Let people know. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.